I now want to switch over to that other big story that we're tracking here on India First. Former Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has been sentenced to death by a tribunal in Dhaka. Now, this tribunal found her and Bangladesh's then Interior Minister Asaduzzaman Khan Kamal guilty of crimes against humanity. Now, Sheikh Hasina has been sentenced to death in absentia. Sheikh Hasina hit back at the verdict, calling the tribunal a kangaroo court that not only rushed through the verdict, but did not examine evidence or give her a lawyer of her choice to present her case. She now has 1 month to surrender, join investigations, and challenge the verdict. The Muhammad Yunus administration has demanded India hand her over, and not doing so would be seen as an act of enmity or words to that effect. We get you more in this report.
Bangladesh International Crimes Tribunal indicts Sheikh Hasina. The tribunal sentenced Hasina to death in absentia for what it calls a state-sanctioned massacre of student protesters in 2024. The tribunal found Hasina conspired to commit mass killings. The court said she knowingly authorized lethal force and that she failed to stop atrocities even after warnings. Inside the court, there were cheers.
We have decided to inflict her with only one sentence, that is sentence of death.
But step outside and it's the opposite scene. Awami League loyalists calling the judgment a political execution and breaking down.
Right now, there is no rule of law in Bangladesh. The constitution is basically being disregarded. So right now, there's nothing much to do. Once the rule of law returns, all of this will get thrown out on appeals because the entire process is so illegal and unconstitutional that it will not survive. So any legal process will have to wait until there is a rule of law in Bangladesh.
The death penalty plunged Bangladesh into chaos. Mobs with bulldozers gathered outside the home of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, Bangladesh's founding father, demanding the iconic residence be demolished. Hasina herself remains in India, where she took refuge after her government collapsed on August 5. In a blistering statement, Hasina calls the tribunal rigged and controlled by an unelected regime. She accuses extremist elements of trying to erase the Awami League. The interim government, calling the verdict historic, urged calm and warned that any unrest will be strictly suppressed. Dhaka has now formally asked India to hand over Hasina and former Home Minister Kamal under the country's extradition treaty.
আরেকটা কথা বলতে চাই, সেটা হচ্ছে আমরা শেখ হাসিনার কে দেশে প্রত্যার্পণের জন্য, এক্সট্রাডিশনের জন্য ভারতের কাছে আবার চিঠি লিখব। ভারত যদি এই গণহত্যাকারীকে আশ্রয় দেওয়া অব্যাহত রাখে, তাহলে ভারতকে বুঝতে হবে এটা বাংলাদেশ এবং বাংলাদেশের মানুষের বিরুদ্ধে একটা শত্রুতা, একটা অত্যন্ত নিন্দনীয় আচরণ।
India has reacted to the verdict against Sheikh Hasina, saying it has noted the ICT ruling and remains committed to peace, democracy and stability in Bangladesh. India added it is engaging constructively with all stakeholders. With a nation split between celebration and rage, troops on the streets and mobs circling the home of the country's founding father, Bangladesh now enters a dangerous new chapter. Bureau Report, India Today.